Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog it, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum was pretty unhappy with Abner for getting him in a live lion instead of an iron one to put out in front of their new public library. However, after Lum discovered that Miss Fredericks admired Cedric for the way he was able to handle the lion, the old fellow changed his mind and decided to keep the lion. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jot 'em Down store trying to help Lum in his efforts to become L. Tarzan Edwards, the lion tamer. Listen.
It ain't no use, Abner. I just can't even get near that line without shivers running up and down my back. I just can't do it.
Well, you got to, Lum. If you ever expect to win, Miss Frederick, you got to show her how brave you are. Now, go ahead. Stick your hand in Ervin's cage there.
I wish you wouldn't call him Ervin either.
Well, Cedric, give him that name. What's wrong with Ervin?
Oh, I don't know. It makes him seem like a human being instead of an animal.
Ah.
That makes it seem like he knows too much. Knows I'm scared of him.
Oh, that's silly, Lum. Now, go ahead. Stick your hand in the cage there.
It's no use, I tell you, Abner. Every time I try it, he growls at me. Just watch here now. See there? What did I tell you?
Well, Lum, you don't lay your hand in there. You poke it in like you're trying to scare him. Put it in there slow one time.
Listen, Abner, when I stick my hand in that cage, I want to know I'm going to be able to pull it back out again.
Well, that ain't the way Cedric does it. He just lays his whole arm in the cage, just easy like, Lum. And the lion never does growl at Cedric. Fact is, Cedric can take
Oh, Cedric. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing his name called. He ain't done nothing so great and wonderful that I can see.
Well, Miss Frederick thinks he has. She's going around saying how brave he is.
She is, huh?
Why, sure she is. And if you expect to get anywhere with her, Lum, you'll have to get friendly with Ervin. That's what she admires. You know that yourself, as lion tamers.
Yeah, I know it. Grannies, why can't she admire something else as lion tamers? Why couldn't it be dog trainers or cows? I know I could train a cow.
Why, sure, that's easy.
Or rabbits. It ain't easy to train rabbits. Grannies, I could walk right into a big cage full of rabbits without being scared.
Well, Lum, anybody could do that.
That's right, ain't it?
Why, sure. You might as well just make up your mind to be a lion tamer, Lum. That's what she admires as lion tamer.
There's the stubbornest one woman I ever seen. Gets an idea in her head, and you can't blow it out with a stick of dynamite.
Well, now, come on now, Lum. Just try it again now. Only this time, now, don't poke your hand in there fast at the lion. That scares you.
Well, wait a minute, though. Here comes Cedric.
Huh? Well, that don't matter.
Yes, it does. I don't want Cedric to know how scared I am of that lion.
Ah,
he acts so smart the way he can handle him.
No, he don't, Lum. Just happens that Ervin and Cedric gets along well together.
Here he comes. Well, howdy, Cedric.
Hello, Cedric. Come on back.
Howdy, Mr. Lum. How's Ervin?
Oh, he's just fine. Lum's been trying to put...
Hush up, Abner.
Oh. Yeah, he's fine, Cedric, fine.
That's good. What I come over for, I wanted to ask you if I could borrow him for Friday night.
Friday night?
Borrow the lion?
What you want him for, Cedric?
Oh, there's a big sociable over at the schoolhouse Friday night. Sociable? Well, you can't take a lion to a sociable.
Well, maybe he's one of them social lions, Lum. I've heard of them.
No. Social lion is just that other goes to lots of parties.
Well, maybe Ervin goes to lots of parties. Let's ask... No, never mind. Nothing. Can't ask a lion nothing.
Of course not, silly.
No.
Well, I don't know nothing about that, but me and Ervin's going to put on a sort of a show over there.
Yeah.
Miss Frederick said we'd be the biggest traction they'd ever had down there at the schoolhouse.
Well?
Miss Fredericks. Is she the one that asked you to do it? Yes, Mom. Said she might even write it up and send it in with the school news. Local boy makes success as lion tamer.
Well, good for you, Cedric.
Well, wait a minute now. I don't know whether I'm going to let him take that lion over there or not. Don't forget, that's my lion.
Well, he don't want to keep it, Lum. He just wants to borrow it.
I know, but, well, it ain't a good policy to loan your line out just to anybody to ask for it. If you loan him to one feller, and you got to loan him to everybody else in town.
Yeah, maybe so.
Well, I won't hurt him none, Mr. Lum. I'm just going to get inside the cage with him and pet him and feed him. That's all.
And Miss Frederick will be awful disappointed if he don't, Lum.
I don't care. Does she know this line belongs to me, Cedric? Yes, Mom. Well, why didn't she come to me and ask me for the line then? I don't know. I reckon it's 'cause I told her how scared you was of him. Told her you wouldn't even go near him or nothing. Did you tell her that?
Well, it's the truth, Lum.
It is not.
It is,
It ain't no such a thing.
Yes.
Granny's, I got to get that idea out of her head somewhere or other.
Well, I don't know how you're going to do it.
I think maybe I'll let you take the line over there, Cedric. But I'll go along as your helper and owner. Of course, you want to be sure and all that stands betwixt me and the line.
Yeah, that might be a good idea, Lum.
Well, I don't think I need no helper, Mr. Lum. See, Miss Frederick said if I need anybody to help me get the cage up on the platform or anything, why, Frank Foster'd be there to help me. Frank Foster? Yes, Mom. Well, what does he know about the line? I don't know. Miss Frederick and him been walking to school together every day nearly. He's been carrying her books for her, and I reckon they've been talking about it or something.
Yeah, I seen them together.
I don't know what she sees in him. Granny, there's the biggest scaredy cat I ever seen in my life. Is he going to get in the cage with the line? Oh, no, Mom. He ain't going to do that, of course not. Well, I didn't think so. Big coward.
Coward?
Yeah, coward. Scaredest one feller I ever knowed in my life. Got a yellow streak down his back 4 inches wide. I wonder if Miss Frederick knows how big a coward he really is.
Well, you're a fine one to be talking about cowards, Lum. You're even afraid to put your hand in a cage and pet him.
Yeah, that's right, ain't it?
Well, of course it
Well,
is.
that's all over now, though.
All over?
From now on, things are going to be changed around here. I'm going to be the one that takes Ervin to the sociable Friday night.
You?
Yes, sir. I'll show that Frank Foster, the big coward.
Well, Lum, Miss Frederick didn't invite you to bring a line over. She wanted Cedric to do it.
Well, don't worry. I'll study up some way to get her to change her mind and invite me instead of Cedric before tomorrow night. Come on, Cedric. Start showing me how to handle a line. Miss Frederick said she might write me up in the school news. Local boy makes success out of himself as line tamer.
Yes, she did, Lum.
Well, maybe you can go along, Cedric. Might take both of us to handle him. Maybe they'll write both of us up in the school news.
Why, sure they could do that. Put both your names in the article. Yeah.
All right, Cedric. Show me what I do first. Well, I believe the first thing to do is just to get right in the cage with Ervin. In the cage? Yes, Mom, that's what I do. That way Ervin thinks you're a friend of his, like another lion or something.
Sure.
You sure he won't jump on me and tear me to pieces or something? Oh, no, Mom. Just don't make no sudden moves. Sudden moves? Granny, if he starts in my direction, there ain't no move I can make it be sudden enough to suit me.
Oh, now go on, Lum. Get over near the cage now and open the door. Make out like you ain't scared of him.
All right, I'll try. Maybe it'll be better with Cedric here.
Why, sure it will. That's it. Get on over there closer now. You don't have to tiptoe, Lum. He ain't asleep.
No, but I wish he was.
Go on now.
All right. Oh, why, Granny, it ain't no use, Abner. That line hates and despises me, I can tell. Oh, no, he don't, Mr. Lum. He just wants to play. Play. I wish he knew some quieter games. Granny, there must be some easier way of doing this. I wish I could practice with the line on the outside somewhere or other.
Huh? I don't just wait a minute. That's a good idea, Lum. Have Cedric take the line out of the cage, and you can practice getting in there. That might make you feel more at home.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe then Ervin will see me in there and get to thinking of me as just another line.
Why, sure.
Go ahead and take him out of the cage, Cedric.
Yeah, get him out, Cedric.
Yes, Mom. Come on, Ervin, old boy. Come on.
That's the time.
I reckon you whistle at lines. I don't know. He don't pay much attention to it, though.
I don't know neither. I never tried to call one myself, Cedric. Look how easy Cedric handles him there, Lum.
Grannies, I wish I could do that. Be sure you got a good hold on him, Cedric. Yes, Mom, I got him. He won't get away. Come on, Ervin. Come on, old boy. Hey, wait a minute. Don't let him get so close to me, Cedric.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lum. Easy there, Ervin. Come on, boy.
That's our time. All right, now, Lum. Look, now the cage is empty. Go on in there now.
Yeah, I don't mind it so much with Ervin out of here.
No.
I feel safe in here. Feel safer in here than I do out there. Grannies, if we could only figure out some way to get that line to stay over on one side of the cage.
Hey, Lum, look out, Lum.
Wait a minute, I know. We can put a glass partition in here. That'll separate me from the line. Nobody could tell it. You think you could fasten that glass in here, Cedric?
Lum.
Hush up, Abner. I'm trying to talk to Cedric. You think you could do it, Cedric?
Well, yes, Mom, I reckon so, but...
Lum, look out, Lum.
Don't interrupt, Abner. All right, Cedric, you do that. Now, Grannies, even if Miss Fredericks won't know that I am in there. She'll think we're both in the same part of the cage, won't she?
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell you, Lum. She's standing right up there in the door, hearing every word you said.
Well, why in the world didn't you tell me so?
I've been trying to.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I don't get Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, John 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down at Pine Ridge. Since Abner, through a misunderstanding, bought a real lion to put out in front of their new library, the lion has become much more important than the library. In fact, Ervin, that's the lion, is scheduled to appear at a school social tonight, with Cedric as his trainer. However, Lum has different ideas about who the lion's trainer should be. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum inside the cage while Cedric is working on it, and the lion is sitting over in the corner of the feed room watching them. Listen.
Does that leave you enough room in there now, Mr. Lum?
Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Have you got the glass fastened in good and tight now?
Yes, Mom. It won't come out.
Well, what if the lion gets to pawing and scratching at the glass?
Oh, I don't think Ervin can break it. It's pretty thick glass.
Well, I hope so. All right, put the lion in the other side of the cage with me and see how it works out.
Yes, Mom. Come on, Ervin, old boy. Back in the cage.
I hope this glass partition holds all right.
Oh, it'll hold all right. That's it, Ervin. That's the time. Into the cage, old boy.
Granny's listen to that. Growls every time he gets near me. Wonder why he hates me so much.
Oh, I don't think he hates you, Mr. Lum. Now, that's all right, Ervin. Nice boy. Back in your cage there. See, Mr. Lum, the glass works good. Ervin don't hardly even pay no attention to you.
Yeah, Granny's. I believe this is going to work all right, Cedric. Yes, sir.
Can I go now, Mr. Lum? If I'm going to catch that train for Fort Smith, I better be getting.
Yeah, Cedric, let me get out of the cage first. Now, wait a minute, though. Ain't that Abner coming up out there?
Mom?
I said, ain't that... Yeah, that's him all right. I don't think I'll get out of the cage right now, Cedric. I want Abner to see me in here with the lion first. You go on up in front and tell him to look back here.
Yes, Mom. I got to catch that train.
Well, you can leave as soon as you do that. It won't take but a second. Go ahead.
Okay. Howdy, Mr. Abner. Here I am, here.
Good for you, Cedric. Have a nice time.
Oh, we'll. Don't forget to feed Ervin his hamburger.
Oh, no, we won't. So long, Cedric.
Bye, Mr. Abner.
Bye. Say, Lum, what's Cedric? Well, for the land's sake. Lum, are you in the cage with the lion?
yeah, this is me, all right.
Doggies, I never would have thought you'd get up narve enough to do it, Lum.
Oh, nothing to it. Just got to show him who's master.
You do, huh?
All you got to do. Lay down, Ervin, you whelp.
Well, I'll be dead blamed.
Yeah, I wish we had 2 or 3 lions and maybe a tiger to put in here.
A tiger?
Yeah, this one lion's pretty tame stuff for me.
All right. Doggies, I'll say one thing for you, Lum. You're a heap braver than I ever thought you was. I dog it on you. Wait a minute.
What's the matter?
Wait a minute. What's this in this cage here? A glass partition. I thought there was something funny about this.
Fooled you, didn't I?
Yeah, you sure fooled me, all right. That is, till I got up close enough here to see that the glass is fastened in there.
Well, I won't let none of the people over at the schoolhouse get that close to me.
The schoolhouse?
Why, sure. Tonight's the big sociable over there, you know.
Oh.
You have to help me get Ervin in the cage over there, Abner.
Help you?
Yeah, then you can be my assistant, too. Keep the people back far enough from the cage so they can't see the partition.
Well, here, Lum, I thought Cedric was the one that's supposed to get in the cage with the lion over there tonight.
Well, you heard him say himself that he's going to Portsmouth to visit his uncle.
Yeah, that's right. I know that it seems awful curious to me that he'd leave right now, Lum.
Curious?
Why, sure, after the way he's just had his heart set on being a lion tamer over at the sociable, showing folks how brave he was tonight.
Well, you know how it is. A boy gets lonesome to see his uncle once in a while. Cedric's been wanting to go for a long time, so I just decided to do him a favor and give him enough money for the railroad fare.
Well, what about the social? Didn't you want to stay for that?
Well, you see, Cedric sort of thinks that maybe the sociable is going to be postponed.
Postponed?
Yeah, I don't know where he got such an idea in his head.
Why, it ain't postponed no such a thing. Elizabeth's over at the schoolhouse right now working with the decorating committee, getting the schoolhouse all prettied up for tonight, and little Pearl, she's out... Wait a minute. Did you tell Cedric that just to get him out of town so you could take his place?
Well, Abner, I didn't exactly tell him. Well, look, we may as well face the fact. Does Miss Fredericks mean anything to Cedric?
Why, of course not. She's too old for him.
That's what I thought. But she does mean something to me. And this is my one big chance to win her. Abner, I just had to do it. That's all there was to it.
Well, I reckon if you look at it that way, why, it's all right, but just seemed a shame, sort of, the way Cedric was planning to get his name read up in the school news for being so
I'll
brave.
let him tame the line the next sociable they have.
Yeah, but what if they don't have one for a long time, Lum? Well, here, though, this plan of yours ain't going to work at all, Lum.
What do you mean it ain't going to work?
Well, don't you recollect yesterday when Miss Frederick come in the store here and seen you back here in the cage, and she heard you talking about putting a glass partition in the cage, Lum? She'll know about that.
No, she never. I seen her this morning on her way to school, and I talked to her about it. I found out she never heard a word we said.
She never?
No, sir. And what's more, she thought I was inside the cage to clean it out. And I told her I was the only one brave enough to get in there and do that.
Why, Lum, Edward, you ought to be ashamed.
I know it.
You were just practicing getting in that cage without the lion in there just to try
I know what I was doing. You should quit arguing with me. Everything I say, you got to argue about it.
I weren't arguing.
Just hush up about it then. Forget it. Granny, I was feeling so happy before you come in here. Had everything fixed to where I was going to be a big lion tamer and win Miss Fredericks, and here you come in here and spoil everything.
You're still going to do it, ain't you?
Of course I am, but you got me to where I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Oh, well, I never meant to make you feel that way, Lum. Not at all.
Oh, well, that's all right. Well, here, I may as well get out of this cage. No use sitting in here any longer now that I know the glass partition's going to work all right.
No.
Open the cage door there, Abner.
Yeah, sure. I'm sorry, Lum, if I made you feel like it. Wait a minute. My door is long. Looky here.
What's the matter?
Why, this door here's on the wrong half of this cage.
Huh?
Why, sure it is. The door's up here on the lion's half. You can't get out, Lum, unless you break the glass and come out over here on his side.
Oh, my goodness gracious alive.
Well, now, wait a minute. Don't get excited, Lum. You're saved.
Yeah, I'm saved, but I can't stay here sitting in the cage here the rest of my life. Or till the lion dies or something.
Well, I wouldn't bank on that, Lum. I've heard the lion's living to be 100 years old. Of course, now we might starve him to death.
Stop being silly the time like this. We got to get me out of here. Dad blame that Cedric. I bet he done this on a purpose.
Oh, Cedric wouldn't do a thing like that, and you know it. What'd you ever get in there first in the first place for?
Well, I wanted to be sure I had enough room in here before Cedric fastened the glass in. Natural, I didn't want the lion in here with me while we was doing it. But how I got in ain't the question. It's how do I get out of here?
Let's see. Bogus, if you just hadn't sent Cedric out of town, everything would be all right.
I did, though, so that's out. And he won't be back till the first of next week. And I know I ain't going to sit in here with Ervin till Cedric gets back.
Well, I don't know what to do then.
Yes, you do. You're going to have to open the cage and get the lion out of here.
How?
You heard me. Go on, open the cage door.
Well, now, wait a minute, Lum. That lion don't like me any better than he likes you.
Go on, open it up. You was the one that got this lion in the first place. Now, you take care of him.
Yeah, but now,
Go
Lum...
on, Abner. Do as I say. You've been telling me how easy it is to handle him. Now, let's see you go ahead and do it.
Well, all right, Doggett. I had planned on going to that social tonight, though.
Well, hurry up. That's it. Take hold of the door there.
All right, but... Here, Ervin. Come on. Come on, Ervin. I think he wants to stay in there, Lum.
Wait a minute. I think he's moving now.
Here, Ervin. Oh, my goodness, look out. Here he comes, Lum. Hey, help, Lum.
Well, take it easy, Abner.
He's chasing me,
Well,
Lum.
stop running around the cage. You're just scaring him.
Scaring him? What do you think he's doing to me? Help! Help!
Well, don't keep running around the cage. Run somewhere else and hide.
Where'll I hide, Lum?
I don't know. Get in the cage.
How? Where? What?
Next time around, jump in the cage and close the cage door.
Yeah, I'll try then. Here I come. Look out, Lum. Here you go.
That's it. Granny, you made her, Abner. Good for you.
I thought he had me there a couple of times.
Yeah, but you're safe now. Yeah, he can't get you in here. That was a Norris.
Wait a minute, Lum. Look where he's going.
Huh?
He's heading out towards the front door.
Oh, my goodness. Ervin, come back here. Come back here, Ervin. Hey, Ervin.
No use, Lum. There he goes right out in the street.
Granny's Abner, we got to get out of here and warn everybody. There's a ferocious lion running loose. Granny's Abner, I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Pine Ridge seems to be facing a crisis. No one has dared to go outdoors since Ervin, the lion, escaped and started besieging the town. He got loose while Lum was installing a glass partition in Ervin's cage. And the object of all this was to fool people into thinking that Lum was brave enough to climb into the lion's cage at a school sociable. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner worn and weary from several days of imprisonment in the Jot 'em Down store. Listen.
Well, we're doing all we can to capture him, Miss Blevin. Mom? Well, we didn't let the lion loose on a purpose.
Of course not.
Yes, ma'am, but we... Yeah, Uh-huh.
Had a woman took a man's arm off.
All right.
Jow.
Goodbye, Miss Blevin. Granny, if one more person calls us up, this phone's going to be wore out.
Yeah, what did Miss Blevin say, Lum? Same as the rest of them?
Oh, yeah. Said if we didn't get that lion off the streets of Pine Ridge by sundown, she's going to get the sheriff after us.
The sheriff?
She said.
Well, we've been trying to get him ourselves. He's afraid to go outdoors.
Well, I ain't worried about him. What I'm worried about is how we're going to capture that lion.
Yeah.
Granny, we can't spend the rest of our lives sitting in the store here while Ervin paces up and down the street.
No. Doggies, I thought sure that bear trap that I set for him out there in front of the store yesterday'd catch him.
Well, you can't catch a lion with a bear trap.
You can't, huh?
Why, of course not. You have to have a lion trap.
Oh. Well, reckon how he knows that's a bear trap.
Yeah, I don't know, but he knows somehow. That Ervin's too smart to suit me.
Oh, awful smart, Ellie, yeah.
Seems like every time he walks by the store here, he looks over this way and sort of grins to himself. Had you noticed that?
Yeah, I believe he does, too. He looks like he grins. He always looks this way.
I never hated and despised any one thing in all my life as much as I do that lion.
Hi, doggies, wait a minute. I believe I got an idea, Lum.
What
if I put up a sign out there saying, "This here is a lion trap"?
Don't be silly, Abner. Ervin ain't that smart. Besides, if he could read, there'd be 1,001 ways a fella could...
There's our ring again, I believe.
Yeah, I know. I wish we could have that telephone took out of here.
Ought to do it, ought to. I hate and despise it.
Hello, Jot 'em Down store speaking. I mean, Lum Eddard speaking.
Ring.
Huh?
All it does.
No, I'm sorry, Widder. We ain't making no delivers.
Oh, Widder Abernathy, I bet you.
I know you ordered them last Saturday, but delivers is being held up by Ervin. Ervin, the lion.
I hate and despise that old woman.
Well, of course, I don't want you young'uns to starve, but... Yes, Mom, but...
Prettle pack.
Yes.
Fish posh.
All right. Goodbye.
Widder say her young'uns are starving?
Well, that's what she claims, but you can't believe nothing that woman says.
Well, now, that might be the truth, Lum. Ever since Ervin got loose, that's 3 days ago, there ain't nobody in this town had nerve enough to go out and buy anything to eat.
Yeah, I know. Granted, we got to do something, Abner.
Yeah, we got to do it.
That dead-blame Cedric hadn't gone out of town. He's the only one that can handle that line.
Well, now, don't be mad at Cedric, Lum. You was the one that sent him out of town to go visit his uncle.
All I done was suggested. He didn't have to insist on doing it, did he? Goodness, he's the stubbornest one boy I ever seen in my life.
Well, now, you encouraged him in that, Lum. Facts is, you even give him the money to make the trip on.
Yeah, I know.
And told him the sociable was going to be postponed, just so you could get to be the lion tamer and show Miss Frederick how brave you are.
I know all that. You don't need to tell me.
If you hadn't told him the sociable was going to be postponed this minute...
It was postponed, wasn't it? Did you see anybody going to it Friday night?
Why, of course not. Ervin got loose and everybody had to stay home, or wherever they's at the time. Oh, Grandpappy Spears got caught down at Mose Moots's barber shop. He called up a while ago and said he's had his hair cut 4 times already.
For goodness sake, 4 times.
That's what he said.
That's the silliest one thing I ever heard of.
Why, sure, 60 cents per haircut.
Yeah, just 'cause he's in a barber shop don't mean he's got to keep getting his hair cut. Why don't him and Mose play checkers?
Well, see, that's just it. Mose is the one fella in this town that always beats Grandpa.
Yeah.
So natural he'll do anything to keep from playing Mose.
Natural.
He's more likely sitting over in that barber chair having Mose cut a little hair till he won't have a hair left on his head.
That is how one line can cause some... I'll be dead, blame it. You answer the phone this time.
Yeah, I'll get it. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. No delivers today. Goodbye. Had trouble hanging it up there.
Yeah, who was that?
I don't know. No use to find out. Whatever they wanted, I know I ain't going to get outside to deliver.
Well, that might have been an answer to that long-distance call we've been trying to put through to Cedric.
No, the Central girl told me a while ago, Lum. She's tried every place and she can't locate him nowhere.
Wait a minute, how are we going to capture that line, Abner?
I don't know. Wait a minute. How about looking in that book we got over in the library, that Gilbert the Boy Trapper?
Who?
Gilbert the Boy Trapper.
Oh, no, I don't think Gilbert could handle this.
He couldn't, huh?
No,
He's an awful good trapper, I know that.
This is a big job.
Yes, huh?
Besides, I took that book over to Miss Frederick's.
No, might let Gilbert's paw tend to it if we know where he's at. Let's call up Miss Frederick and see if it says anything in there about trapping lines.
No, I'll never be able to speak to her again. Not after the way I've made a coward out of myself. Grannies, I wish now I hadn't told her I could handle lines better than Cedric or Frank Buck or any of them fellers.
Well, how do you know she thinks you're a coward, Lum?
Well, what else could she think? Me sitting in here letting Ervin run loose. No, I've lost her for good, Abner. I know that.
Well, now, wait a minute. Maybe this is your chance to show off. Show her how brave you are. Your big chance.
What do you mean, big chance?
Well, if you go out there and save the whole town from a ferocious lion by capturing him, why, you'll be a big hero, and Miss Frederick will admire you and fall in love with you.
I guess that's right, ain't it? Yeah, wait a minute. Uh-oh. How am I going to capture the lion? No, we've been trying to do it for 3 days now.
Well, we ain't actually tried long. We just sat here and talked about it. I believe if you go out there and show Ervin who the master is, then you'll have him right where you want.
That's the trouble. He knows who the master is.
Oh. Well, maybe if you put the cage out there, well, he might be lonesome for it and crawl back in it.
No, that ain't like that. Not the way he kept trying to get out, pacing backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. I know that wouldn't work.
Well, maybe if you put some meat in the cage, he might go in there after that long.
Meat?
Why, sure, get some hamburger. Don't you recollect how you liked that hamburger that Cedric fed him?
Goodness, I believe you've got an idea there, Abner.
Why, of course I have. We go over to the butcher shop, get a pound of hamburger.
Well, wait a minute. That ain't no good.
Huh?
Who's going to be brave enough to go over to the butcher shop? I know I ain't.
That's right. They ain't making no deliveries, are they? Well, how about giving him some canned dried beef, Lum? We got canned dried beef right here in the store. Don't you reckon Ervin will like it just as well as hamburger?
And maybe that's it. Yeah, that's it. Come on, we'll start opening up cans. Where are they?
Well, right back here by the hominy. Let's see, reckon which kind he'll like the best. Here's some Merkel's thin sliced dried beef. Mother Jones's best.
Well, it don't matter. Just get the cans open and hurry up. He can't read the labels no way.
Yeah, well, Ervin's more likely so hungry by now he'll eat anything.
Well, don't say that. That's the one thing that keeps worrying me. Eat anything.
Oh.
Granny, these cans are hard to open when you're nervous, you know.
Yeah.
Keep twisting that little key off to one side there.
How many cans do you think we'll need, Lum?
Oh, I don't know. 2 or 3, I reckon.
Well, he's more likely a heavy eater. Big lion like him.
Well, we ain't going to feed him. We just want to coax him back into the cage.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Well, here, that ought to be enough then, Lum. Reckon we ought to put some salmon in there, too?
Oh, no, this is enough. Granny, that looks as good now as that blue plate special they have over at Luke's Pierre's lunchroom.
I hope you don't like that dried beef and cream gravy like I do.
Come over to the cage now and toss it inside. Then we'll carry the cage on out in front.
Yeah, let me get this door open here. Just leave that open.
Right, yeah, that's the time.
Just throw it around on the floor here?
No, or toss it clean back in the corner so he'll have to go way inside to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. All right, grab that end of the cage now.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, lift it.
I got it.
That's it. Here we go.
Hey, Doggy, this thing's heavy. Wait a minute. Look out, Lum. Don't bump into the counter there. You want me to turn around and walk backwards?
No, this is all right. Just tell me if I'm heading for the front door.
Well, you're going all right. Doggies, I believe I see the lion heading up this way.
You sure he ain't coming too fast. I want to get back in the store before he starts looking for the meat.
Yeah, watch out. You're going to hit the side of the door there, Lum. Little to your right. That's it now. Just keep on going straight. That's the time right there.
How close is the lion now? Can you see him?
He's coming pretty close, Faxi.
Oh, what the tarnation is that?
Wait, don't stop, Lum. Keep on going. The lion's coming this way. Hurry up, Lum. Keep going.
I can't keep going.
Hurry up, Lum. Get out of that door. The lion's getting awful close. Hurry up.
Abner, stop pushing. I tell you, I can't move.
Can't move? What's the matter?
I'm caught in that damn blame bear trap you said.
How?
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Aye, Doggy's Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, when last we visited the old fellows, their plans to capture Ervin the lion had failed completely, and it resulted in Lum getting caught in a bear trap that Abner had set. Since then, the lion has disappeared, and reports about him have been coming in from adjoining towns. In Pine Ridge, the stores and school have reopened, but people are still pretty cautious in venturing forth from their homes. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum in the Jot 'em Down store. Abner has just returned from making a delivery. Listen.
You got back in an awful big hurry. You sure you didn't just dump them groceries out, Summers?
No, sir, I delivered all of them, Lum. But I run all the way. You know, that's scary out there.
Scary?
Why, sure, it just seems like that lion's going to jump out from behind every house you pass.
Oh, prattle. That's just your imagination. Ain't we been getting reports of folks seeing him in other towns? Odin and Cherry Hill and Bigport. They're even blaming that train wreck south of Potter on him.
Well, just the same, I think that lion is still hanging around Pine Ridge.
Prattle.
Well, if you're so sure he's out of town, why don't you make his delivers in?
Well, I would, but, well, you know how bad my foot's hurting me where I stepped in that dead-blame bear trap you set yesterday.
You said this morning that your foot felt all right today.
Well, the pain comes and goes, Abner.
Oh?
It's paining me something wonderful right now.
Well?
Granny's, I'm lucky to be alive at all after being pushed into a bear trap and attacked by a lion.
Ervin never attacked you, Lum.
He never. Well, where'd I get these bumps and scratches on the back of my head?
I told you got them when you fainted and fell through that screen door. Ervin never paid no attention to you at all. Just sort of glanced at you and then walked on up the street.
Listen, Abner, ferocious lions don't act that way. I know he attacked me. You was more than likely so scared and excited you don't recollect what actually happened.
I was standing right there whenever...
Let it go. We got something more important to do.
We have, huh?
Yeah, we can't let that lion run loose all over the country, endangering everybody's lives. We got to organize a safari and capture him.
Yeah, we're... Organize a what, Lum?
A safari. That's a big game hunting expedition in Africa.
Africa?
Yeah, just reading all about it in a book we got over there in the library. Through the Jungle with Sir Alexis Littleton. Sir Alexis catches lions and tigers and all that stuff.
Well, that sounds like a good idea, Lum. I'd love to go on that there safari, whatever you call it, but I don't think Ervin's had time to get there yet.
Get where?
Africa.
Africa?
Ain't that where you said we was going?
Of course not. We just hunt around here, or wherever we think Ervin has been.
Well, now, if you think he's went to Africa, why, I reckon that's where we better go then. I doggers he must be awful fast runner to get that far away in this length of time.
I know how far it is.
We better pack a big lunch if we're going to make a trip like that.
Abner, we ain't going to Africa. I just meant that Africa was where Sir Alexis does his big game hunting. Here, let me show you a picture of him.
Love to see him.
It's right here on the front of the book. Here, looky there.
Well, I do know. I doggers he sure gets around for being just a young'un, don't he?
What do you mean, a young'un?
Well, look, he's got on short pants and half socks long.
Of course he has, but that don't mean he's
Reckon his mama knows that he's running around down there in Africa hunting lions and such as that at his age.
Wait, look at that picture again, Abner. He's got a beard.
Hey, doggers, he does have, don't he? Well, reckon how a little kid like him could grow a beard like that.
For goodness sakes. He ain't a little kid, Abner. He's a grown-up man.
Oh.
That's just the kind of clothes big game hunters wear. Heavy shoes, short pants, big helmet. Granny's hard to get me an outfit like that.
You mean you'd wear stuff like that?
Why, sure. If I'm going to lead that safari out after the lion, I ought to look like a big game hunter, oughtn't I?
Well, now, Lum, you're too old to be running around in young'un's clothes.
Granny, I can just see me. Big belt around me and a couple more big belts over my shoulders, carrying a big lion gun. What an impression I'll make on Miss Fredericks.
Miss Frederick?
Why, sure.
Why, you surely ain't gonna let her see you dressed up that way, are you?
Of course I am. Fact is, to be right honest about it, that's the main reason I'm going to do all this.
Well, now, Lum. Oh, sure. Yeah, I see your point now.
I thought you'd catch on.
Well, I wouldn't go too far with it, Lum. You don't want to make her feel like she's robbing the cradle.
Robbing the cradle?
Yeah, well, now, I'll admit it'll help you win Miss Frederick if you can fix yourself up to where you look younger, Lum. But I think wearing short pants is overdoing it. She don't want to marry no 4-year-old young'un.
For goodness sakes, can't you understand? Them short pants is just for hunting lions in. They ain't got nothing to do with trying to look younger.
Well, you don't need to be ashamed about it, Lum. I understand how them things is. An old feller falls in love and...
Old feller? Who's a old feller?
Well, now, don't get mad, Lum. I want to see you win Miss Frederick a worse way. And if it'll help to make you look younger... I, doggies, will make you look younger. You can count on me.
I don't want to look no younger.
Yes, you do now. You don't need to hide things from me, Lum. I'm your best friend. Let's see now. First thing I believe we ought to do is to dye your hair. We can take some black ink and just
You
pour
leave
it.
my hair alone.
Well, it'd make you look a heap younger, Lum. Then we can trim your mustache.
Abner, will you listen to me? I only mentioned them short pants because...
All right. You can have the short pants if you want them. But now, in that case, I think you better shave that mustache clean off, Lum. Wait a minute. You ain't going to try to go back to school just so you can get to be in one of Miss Frederick's classes, are you?
Of course I ain't.
Well, that's good. I don't think it'd work no way, Lum. They could tell by your size you's too old for school, even if they couldn't tell by your clothes.
Abner, I ain't going to school, and I ain't trying to dress like a youngin'. All I'm aiming to do is...
I know. I was in love myself once, Lum. But now there's just one thing. Try and be sensible about it.
Sensible?
Yes, sir. Now, I think dyeing your hair and trimming your mustache is good ideas. But now, as far as wearing that Buster Brown...
Abner, get off that subject before you drive me stark raving mad crazy.
You won't look good, them little Buster Brown suits, Lum.
Don't you realize there's a ferocious lion running loose, endangering the lives of women and children in every town around here?
Why, of course I do. That's Ervin, the lion.
And don't you realize that every time he tears somebody to pieces or does some damage, it's our fault?
Our fault?
Yes, sir. It's our lion, and we let him get loose.
Oh.
So just forget about dyeing my hair and stuff like that and help me get this safari organized so we can capture Ervin.
Yeah, that's a better idea, Lum. That looking younger, that idea can wait, but now we better get Ervin as soon as we can. How soon are you going to start that safari?
Right away. Or wait a minute, though. Granted, we have to wait till Cedric gets back in town.
Cedric? Is he going to lead the hunt?
No, I'm going to be the head hunter, but I need him for... Well... To be honest, Abner, I don't think I've got enough nerve to go outside without Cedric near me.
You ain't, huh?
No, not the way that lion hates and despises me. Attacks me every time.
Why, he never attacked you, Lum. He just...
Wait a minute, I think that's our ring.
Yeah, I believe it. Why, sure the world.
More likely somebody else threatening to run us out of town if we don't find Ervin.
I don't know who it could be. Everybody's threatening us that I know of.
Hello, jot 'em down, store. Lum Edder's doing the talking.
Threatening to whip me, shoot me,
Who?
everything.
Oh, how are you, Miss Fredericks?
Miss Frederick.
It's Miss Fredericks, Abner.
Yeah, here's you.
You what?
Old Lum's ears turn red when he talks to her.
Why, of course you do.
Embarrassed.
Well, if Ezra left it up to me to pint somebody, I'll just pint myself. Yes, sir. Father told, just glad to do it. Yes, Mom. Abner, see if you can find some old belts I can wear over my shoulders.
Bell.
Yeah, I got to go over to the schoolhouse to guard the youngins from the line while they're leaving school. And I want to look like Sir Alexis.
Now, Lum, you don't want to get all fixed up like that now.
Yes, I do. Now, hurry up and do as I say.
All right.
Mom?
You want to do it?
Oh,
we'll do
no,
it.
Miss Frederick. Just waiting on a customer.
I'll help you all I can.
Oh, no, we don't have many customers. I can get away all right.
You're my true friend.
Fact is, I'm planning a big safari. Safari? No, a safari, a big hunting expedition. Abner, get away from it. Mom? No, not you, Miss Fredericks. I was just talking to Abner. Abner, what are you doing?
I'm just trying to help you.
Well, just get away from me. What's that, Miss Fredericks?
I'll help him with
No, I'm still here. Well, I'll be over as soon as I can Yes, Ma. Well, I'll be right over. Yes, Ma. Well, you can count on me guarding the youngins very. Get away from me. Go get them belts.
Well, I want to finish this first, Lum.
Well, here, what am I saying to her? Don't let me stand here and tell her I'll go over there.
You done told her.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, Mom?
Hold still.
All right, Miss Fredericks. I'll be right over. Yes, Mom. Goodbye. Grannies, why can't I keep from saying things like that?
There. Now, how does that look, Lum?
Huh?
Your britches. Is that how you wanted them?
Why, you crazy idiot. You ruined my pants. What's the idea of cutting a feller's pants legs clean off above the knees while he's talking on the telephone?
Well, you said you wanted to wear short pants, and I dog as you got them.
Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
I dog as Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Ervin the lion is still at large, but Lum, after reading a book on big game hunting in Africa, has organized a safari to capture the beast. Assisted by Abner and Cedric, Lum has established the first camp on the edge of town. As we look in on the little community today, we find the big game hunters sitting in their tent. Listen.
I dog as Lum, I'm getting tired of sitting here in this little old tent. This is the uncomfortest place I ever seen in my life.
Well, of course it is. You're supposed to suffer hardships when you're on a big game hunting expedition like this.
Yeah, but why can't we go over to your place and stay, Lum? It'd be a heap more comfort suffering the hardships over there.
Yeah, but this is a safari, Abner. We can't sit around nowhere at my place if we're out on a safari.
Well, I don't see what the difference is. It ain't over 200 yards down across the field there to your place.
Grannies, I don't believe you're much of an outdoors man, Abner. Grannies, I'm having a time of my life.
Well, if I'm going to camp out, I want to at least get out of the edge of town to do it. All we do is just sit here in this tent and keep sending Cedric out to look for the lion. Well, you sit there and read that Jungle Book by Sir Aloysius.
Sir Alexis is his name.
Whatever they call him.
Abner, I wish you'd realize that we're doing a big importance thing here. Saving the community from a ferocious lion. And we can't give up till we've did our duty and made a success out of ourselves.
Well, we won't make no success of ourselves just sitting here. I'll tell you that right now, Lum. Oh, why don't we move our tent somewhere else?
Move our tent?
Why, sure. We've been here all last night and today, and Ervin ain't showed up yet. Oh, why don't we move our tent down by the river, Lum, where we can at least do some fishing?
Abner, we're out after bigger game than fish. Besides, if we get away off down there by the river and he did show up, that thing could have us head up where we could get away from him to save our lives.
He could, huh?
Why, sure. This way we can cut down across the field there and be in my house in 2 minutes.
Well, are we out here trying to dodge the lion or find him, Lum?
Why, we're out here to let it go. And Granny, it's got to where you want to argue about everything that comes up.
I ain't arguing. I just get tired of sitting in this tent all day while Cedric goes out and looks for the lion.
Well, that's what he's supposed to do. He's a beater.
Oh, he's a goer, all right, but you're going to get him wore out if you keep making him do the whole thing, Lum.
Yeah, but for goodness sakes, Abner.
Huh? Well, you there, Lum. You're just going to wear the boy out chasing him over these hills here this way. He can't do the whole thing by himself.
Well, he ain't doing the whole thing. But if you'd have read Sir Alexis's book, you'd know that the head hunter, that's me, he don't go out till after the beaters is beat up the lions or elephants or whatever it is I'm after.
Well, is that what Cedric's supposed to do?
Why, sure.
Well, I don't know, Lum. Cedric's an awful strong boy, and maybe he can handle a lion, but I don't believe he can beat up an elephant.
Well, I don't mean that way. I mean scare 'em up. See, they take sticks and beat the brush and bushes and scare the animals out in the open.
Oh, yeah, I see now. He gets them real scared first and then beats them up while they're still scared, huh?
Abner, he don't beat them up at all. That's just a big game hunting expression.
Well, you said he was supposed to go out and...
Let it go. Granny, it ain't no use to try to explain nothing to you. Besides, it's time to eat.
To eat?
Well, sure, ain't you getting hungry?
Hungry? I might not starve to death. But all you brung along first to eat them raw cranberries, and I ain't going to eat no more of them things, I know.
Well, Granny's a fine big game hunter you are.
Huh?
Well, we've only had them for a day and a half, and Sir Alexis went 28 days at one time with nothing to eat but wild berries. Think of that, 28 days he went.
Yeah, but these ain't wild berries, Lum. These is cranberries is what they are.
Well, that's all we had in the store.
Yeah, well, we had a lot of other stuff there, some canned meat and cheese and crackers and stuff like that we could have brought along.
Abner, don't mention that kind of food in front of me. I'm just as hungry as you are. But if we're going on a safari, we're going to do it right or not at all.
Dad blame that Sir Alexis. I hate and despise him more than every one feller I ever knowed. Heard of.
I wished you'd stop that mumbling and grumbling to yourself. It's got to wherever... Uh-oh. There comes our beater.
Huh?
There's Cedric.
Oh, doggy, he don't look like he's beat up nobody.
Hurry up, beater, we hunt. We're waiting on your report.
Yeah, Cedric, did you find any lion tracks?
Mom?
Did you see Ervin any place?
Oh, no, Mama, never. Fact is, I ain't been looking very much. I've been home to lunch.
Home to lunch? Granny, you can't be going home to lunch when you're out on a safari, Cedric.
No, you're supposed to sit here and just starve to death on cranberries.
Well, that's the reason I went home. I was getting a stomach ache from eating them cranberries so much.
Grannies, I hope Sir Alexis don't ever hear what kind of a safari I'm running here.
Old man Blevins was telling me a while ago he seen some lion tracks leading into Black Rock Cave yesterday morning.
Black Rock Cave?
Why, that's right over there, by that ledge of rocks yonder.
Oh, sure.
Here, we've had Cedric out looking for the lion, and he's been right here within 50 yards of us all the time. Right on the back of her neck, you might say.
Don't say that, Abner.
Huh?
That back of the neck business.
Oh.
Here we slept out in the open with nothing to protect us but a little old tent and a ferocious lion running loose. Oh, my goodness. I told you we ought to move that tent, Abner. Had no business getting this fur out in the woods to start with.
Well, come on, then. Let's get over there by that cave, Lum, and try and capture him. Get this thing over with. Go ahead, Lum. Lead the safari.
I think I'm going to make a beater out of you two, Abner.
Huh?
You and Cedric go over there to the cave and be sure he's there.
Now,
Come
just
back
a
and tell
minute.
me.
You can stop right where you're at.
What's the matter?
You pinted yourself the head hunter, so you just go ahead and lead the way.
Go ahead and lead the way, Cedric. I think that book says that the beater is supposed to lead the way. See, the head hunter brings up the rear, I think. He's always the last feller. Stays back there and protects you from behind. See, that's where all the danger is, I think. Go on, Cedric. Head out.
Well, come on then. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get started.
Grannies, I wish I had an elephant to ride. One of them with a little house built up on top of him.
An elephant with a house built on it?
Yeah, Houdini or whatever it is they call them.
Huh?
That's the way all them big game hunters travel. Don't walk so fast, Cedric. Safaris is supposed to travel slow, I think. See, they travel along while the beaters keeps a good lookout for the line ahead of them.
Doggies, I wish I had one of them elephants with a house on him. That'd be handy, you know it. Instead of going home to the house, well, you could just have the house come over to you.
For goodness sake.
I wouldn't even have to go home from the store for dinner. Just have Elizabeth and little Pearl just bring a house down there and climb up there and eat.
Maybe we better slow down a little bit, Cedric. We're getting pretty close to that cave. We don't want to scare the lion.
Well, I ain't walking very fast, Mr. Lum.
Well, just keep a good sharp lookout for him.
Doggies, if I knowed where I could get one of them elephants, Dad blame if I wouldn't build me a house on them. That's the handiest thing I ever heard of. Wanted to go visit some of your relates? Well, you could just take your place right along with you. That would scare that no-count brother Elizabeth to death if I was to ride into his yard on an elephant.
For goodness sake.
Doggies, Lum, if we could get two of them elephants, we could put the store on one of them.
Put the store on?
Why, sure, and just travel any place we wanted to. Have our business right along with us all the time.
There's the mouth of the cave right there.
Yeah, there it is, Lum, there it is.
Granny, that's the darkest-looking cave I ever seen.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Cedric, you go on over there and see if you can find any tracks around the mouth of the cave there. Yes, Mom?
Well, ain't we going too long?
No, we'll stay back here and look after the situation. This might be a trap, you know.
A trap?
Yes, sir. Granny, I don't trust that Ervin. Granny, there might be a whole pack of lions down in there, you know it?
Why, they couldn't be, Lum. There weren't but one lion got loose.
Yeah, but you know that old Eddard saying of mine, birds of a feather flocks together.
Huh?
Where there's one lion, there's bound to be more.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Mom, there's tracks here, all right.
There is.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you go on down in there and look for him, Cedric, and Abner can stay there by the mouth of the cave, and I'll stay back here.
You'll stay back here?
Yeah. See, most of the time the head hunter has a platform built up in the tree. But I ain't particular. I'll just sit up there on a limb.
You gonna climb up in that tree? Well, I'll go help Cedric.
Let me know if you see anything, Abner.
I don't get Cedric starting down there in the cave, Lum. Yeah, did he see anything, Cedric?
Yes, Mom, I see two big eyes down in here.
Oh, well, that's him. Grab him, Cedric. Bring him out of there.
Yes, Mom, I got him.
Well, hold on to him.
Stop that. Ervin, cut that out now.
What's he doing, Cedric?
Well, I don't believe he recollects me, Mr. Abner. He ain't as tame as he used to be.
Well, don't turn him loose. We'll have to run him down and catch him again, Cedric.
He's trying to scratch me. Ervin, stop that scratching now. I'm going to slap you.
Come on, bring him out of there, Cedric.
Here we come, Mr. Abner.
Yeah, bring him up here in the light. That's the thing.
I got him. He's a changed lion, though. I don't blame Mr. Lum for wanting to be careful. Look at there. He's clawed me from one end of the
Cedric,
hand.
Cedric, turn that thing loose. Turn him loose, Cedric. That ain't Ervin. That's a mountain lion you got there.
Mom? Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I don't get Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Lum's big hunting expedition failed utterly yesterday when Cedric brought a wild mountain lion out of a cave, thinking it to be Ervin, the escaped lion. So Ervin is still running loose. Cedric is badly scratched up, and the two big game hunters have moved from their tent back to the Jot 'em Down store. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner in the store. Grandpappy Spears is just entering. Listen.
Yeah, howdy. Hey, anybody here?
Hello, Grandpap. Come on back.
Yeah, here we are back here, Grandpap.
Proud to see you. Come on back and sit with us.
Hey, what was you fellers doing out in that tent yesterday? Was you out camping?
No, we was on a safari.
Safari?
Yeah.
Safari, Grandpap. That's a big game hunting thing. You wouldn't understand it. Oh, hunting, huh? What'd you get?
Well, Cedric got a wild mountain lion by mistake, and Lum got himself skinned up falling out of a tree, and I got sick from eating raw cranberries all day.
Abner, you don't have to tell all that to everybody who comes in here.
Well, it's the truth, ain't it?
Well, just forget about it. Rather not discuss it no more.
Oh.
Why don't you and Grandpap play checkers or something?
Why, sure. How about it, Grandpap?
Why, sure. Love to. Get out the board. Or wait a minute, though. What's the matter with me? This is my busy day.
You're a busy day.
Yeah, forgot what I come in here for.
Well, what are you doing that's so important?
Well, I'm getting out signers for a petition.
Huh?
Looky here. Look at all the names I got there already there. See there?
Well, good for you. What's a petition for this time? Are they still trying to get that there concrete road put in through here?
I don't know what it's for. I never read them. I just get the signatures.
Uh-huh.
Ain't no one thing I enjoy more than getting signatures. You meet an awful lot of nice people that way.
Oh, yeah, interesting work, I reckon. Well, if you got a pencil there, well, me and Lum will sign it. Whatever it is, I'm for it. Yes, sir.
Well, here you are.
Oh, thank you.
Put your name right down there below Mose Moose signature.
Mose Moose. Oh, yeah, Mose Moose. Just Abner Peabody, huh?
Wait a minute, Abner. You crazy? Don't sign that.
Huh?
Read what that petition says. We, the undersigned, do hereby declare and affirm... Well, get your head out of the way.
Oh, excuse me.
Declare and affirm that if Lum Eddards and Abner Peabody...
Hi, doggies, that's us. Good for us.
Well, wait a minute, though. Let me finish.
Got a petition.
Lum Eddards and Abner Peabody don't capture their lion, and have him back in his cage within 24 hours, we, the citizens of this community, will take steps to have the above-mentioned gentleman run out of Pine Ridge.
Run out of Pine Ridge?
And his eyes feared something like this was going to happen.
Uh-oh.
I don't know why you ever bought that blame line in the first place. And you got to where you can get a feller into more trouble accidental than there ain't one human I ever knowed in my life.
Well, now, Lum, I just...
Never mind. It's done dead now. No use talking about it.
Oh.
What we got to do is study up a way to capture Ervin. And how we can do it, I don't know. Well, how about it? You fellers going to sign your signatures? Of course we ain't. Think we're crazy? We ain't going to sign nothing that's agin ourselves.
No, sir.
Well, I'd be proud to have your names on it, but, of course, if you're dead shot agin it, I better be getting on, I reckon. I want to get at least 40 by noon. I'll see you fellers later. Yeah, see you later, Grandpap. So long.
Yeah, goodbye, Grandpap.
Yeah, so long.
Oh, wait a minute, Lum. You ain't gonna let him run around town with a petition like that, are you?
We can't stop nobody from getting up a petition. Besides, I don't much blame them.
Yeah, but how we gonna catch that line in 24 hours? I ain't going on another one of them sofas, I can tell you that right now. I'll never be able to look another cranberry in the face as long as I live.
Cranberry?
Yes, sir. I'm sick and tired of eating them things. I wouldn't go with you again, Lum.
Well, don't worry. We won't go on one of them again. Wait a minute. There comes our only hope right yonder.
Huh?
Cedric coming up out there.
Oh.
We gotta make him go out and find Ervin some way or other.
Well, I don't think Cedric's fit to do no hunting, Lum, after the way he got scratched up by that mountain lion yesterday.
Well, we'll pay him or something. We gotta do it. That's all there are to it. Help me talk him into it.
Doggy, just look at him there. Got his arms all wrapped up. Look at his face. Scratched up there. Looks like somebody's been playing tic-tac-toe on it.
Yeah, it looks bad, all right, don't
Yes,
it?
he does.
Well, howdy, Cedric. Come on in.
Yeah, howdy, Cedric.
Howdy, Mr. Abner. Hello, Mr. Lum.
Sit down, Cedric. I'd like to talk to you.
No, Mom, I don't think I can sit down. Boy, I don't reckon I ever felt worse than I do right now. Boy.
Well, maybe if you got outside and run around in the fresh air, you'd feel better.
No, Mom, I don't want to run around no place. All I want to do is just lay down. And it sort of hurts to do that even.
Doggy, you are in bad shape, Cedric. Maybe you better run on home.
Hush up, Abner.
Boy, that's the last time I'll ever pick up a mountain lion, I'll tell you that. Wished I'd never went into that cave.
Well, we're awful sorry about that, Cedric. We thought that was Ervin in there. By the way, I suppose you're getting pretty lonesome for Ervin, ain't you?
I don't know. The way I feel, I don't know what I am. Boy, I hurt.
Well, Cedric, we've got some good news for you here. We're going to let you go out and find Ervin all by yourself today.
Find him by myself.
Yes, sir. And what's more, if you find him, you can keep him. Now, what do you think of that?
I don't want him.
Don't want him? I thought you and him was good friends.
Well, I don't want nothing to do with no lion of no kind. Never even want to see one again.
Well?
They're too mean and ornery. I'd a heap rather have a dog. Just look at my face.
Yeah, but that wasn't Ervin that done that.
Of course not. That was a wild mountain lion, Cedric.
I don't care what kind of lion he is. I just don't want to have nothing more to do with him.
Well, now, Cedric, me and Lom's going to be run out of town if Ervin ain't catched in 24 hours. You don't want to see us get run out of Pine Ridge, do you?
No, Mom, but I ain't going after no lion. I know that.
Well.
Look, Cedric, here's what we'll do. Besides giving you Ervin, we'll give you $10.
No, Mom, I wouldn't.
$20.
No, Mom.
$100.
No, I wouldn't even do it for that.
Well.
Granny, you're the stubbornest one boy I ever seen in my life. Now, look, Cedric, we've did a lot of nice things for you. You recollect the time we helped you out?
I believe that's our ring there.
Yeah, I get it. More than likely somebody going to tell us about the petition they got out.
Yeah, well, I'm again there. I'll tell him that right now.
Hello, jot 'em down, store. Lum Edder's doing the talking.
I ain't going to sign nothing to get me run out of town.
Oh, howdy, Miss Rollins.
Miss Rollins?
Why, yes, Mom, we did own one, but... Yeah, well, he got out. He's been running loose for the last few days.
Oh, the lion.
He is. Oh, my goodness. Has he hurt anybody?
That old woman put him up a pretty good fight.
He has. Well, I do know. Uh-huh. Well, I'll be right over there after him. And thank you for calling. All right. Goodbye. Oh, goodbye. And the lion's been found, Abner.
Been found?
Yes, sir. That was Les Rollins' woman. Said he's over there at their place.
Well, I do know. Clean over there, huh?
Yeah, said she just heard a while ago that we had lost a line and thought maybe he belonged to her.
Well, now that we know where he is, well, what are we going to do about it, Lum?
Well, if you fellows sure enough meant that about giving me $100, I believe I'll just chance going over there and getting him for you.
Well...
No, you better not, Cedric.
Well, why not, Lum? If we don't get him back in that cage in 24 hours, they're going to run us out of town.
Well, I just got to thinking here. That line was give to me. It's my property, really, and I'm responsible for him. If anybody's going to risk their lives capturing that line, it's going to be me.
You?
Yes, sir. I'd be afeard for anybody else to chance it.
Well, what's come over you anyway?
Oh, I don't know what's been the matter with me. I ought to went out single-handed and done it long ago. I'm going over there, men. And if anything happens to me, you'll know I passed on knowing I was doing what's right. A hero.
Well, now, wait a minute now, Lum.
Call Miss Fredericks, Abner, and tell her I'm going out to capture that line single-handed, just to save the school children from any harm.
Well, here, Lum, you better think
And tell her if I live through it, I'd love to come over and see her tonight.
Well, now, Lum...
Farewell, men. Farewell.
Well, I'll be dead blamed. I dog it, I'll take back anything I ever said about that Lum. When it comes right down to it, he's the bravest one fella I ever... Dog it, I believe that's our ring again, sure as the world.
I'd have took him up on that $100, what I wish.
Hello? Yes, Mom? No, he ain't. He just now left. Who? Oh, well, he's going over to your place, Miss Rollins. Uh-huh. Oh, I see. Well, I'll be dog. Well, I don't know. You can talk to him about that when he gets over there. Yeah. Not at all. Goodbye. Well, I'll be dead blamed.
Now, what's the matter, Mr. Abner?
I thought there was something curious about that Lum going over after that line. That was Mrs. Rollins, and she said she wanted to know if he wouldn't give that line to the children.
Give him to the children?
Yeah, said she told Lum the line been over there playing with the children for 3 days now, and when they heard her tell him to come over and get him a while ago, they all started crying. They want to keep him for a pet.
Well, ain't they children afeard of him?
No, she said he ain't got a tooth in his head. They got a big ribbon on his neck there, and he sleeps right there in the house with them. I know that's the reason that Lum got so brave all of a sudden.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog it, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, Store. This is Lum and Abner.
Once upon a time, there was a little pink-eyed cotton-tailed rabbit named Pinky Winky. One day...
Is Snorter in this story, Mr. Abner?
No, this is about the rabbit, Cedric.
Oh, Snorter sure learned his lesson, didn't he?
One day, little Pinky Winky was sitting by the edge of a pool of clear blue water. He looked down into the water and saw a little gold-colored fish swim by.
Wish Snorter was in this story.
Now, you gotta be quiet, Cedric, or I won't read to you. Interrupt me. Pinky Winky's eyes grew very large as he looked at the little gold-colored fish swim by, and suddenly he cried, "That is what I want to be, a gold-colored fish and swim underwater," he added. Then he said to himself...
For goodness sakes, Abner, what's going on here? What are you doing?
Doggies, I never heard you come in, Lum.
I told you to straighten up them books, not read them. Granny, do I have to stay here every minute of the day to see that you do what I tell you?
Well, it takes a lot of time to straighten up books, Lum.
Well, it does the way you're doing it. You ought to be ashamed of yourself anyway, a fella your age reading books like that.
This weren't for me. I was reading them to Cedric. Don't you want Cedric to get educated?
Well, them kind of books ain't for Cedric.
What's wrong with them?
Well, I can understand them all right, Mr. Lum. In the other story, old Snorter, he's a little pig, and he... what did he do, Mr. Abner?
Well, don't you recollect, Cedric? He's seen a big field of
I
green...
don't care what he's seen. I don't want to hear none of that prattle-prattle. Now, put them young'uns' books back in the shelves and get them books straightened up like I told you. Grannies, this time we're going to run this library right.
All right.
And you ain't going to buy no more lines to set out in front of it, neither.
I know it.
How is the line, Mr. Lum?
I don't know, and I don't care. Why them little Rollins youngins want that dad-blame line for a pet, I'll never know.
Well, they love him. That's why, Lum. Doggies, did you see how cute they looked leading him around Sunday school?
Yeah, Grannies, I never was so embarrassed in all my life. All the fellers in the men's class would look over at them little kids playing with the line, then they'd look at me and say, "How's the big game hunter today?" and all such stuff as that.
Yeah.
Then they'd wink at one another and snicker and laugh. Disgusting.
Yeah, I heard them.
Well, come on, Mr. Abner. Read me what happens next to Pinky Winky. I like him nearly as good as I do Snorter.
Oh, yeah.
No, you don't, Abner. You ain't reading none of that more to the Cedric. He's got work to do, so you better run on home, Cedric.
Yes, Mom.
All right, Abner, get busy there. I'm going to clean up the feed room, and I want you to have that done by the time I'm through.
All right, I'll have it did.
Well, see that you do this time.
I said I would.
Granny's, everything in this store is in the worst mess I ever seen it.
I'll get it straightened up.
Reckon I better be going, Mr. Abner, if you ain't going to read to me no more.
No, wait a minute. Now, don't go, Cedric. Wait till Mom gets back there in the feed room good. I'll finish this story to you. I'll read real quiet.
Good. See if you can get Snorter into the story some way or other.
What? Not so loud now, Cedric.
I ain't talking loud.
You see, whereabouts was we at now?
Oh, don't you know, Pinky Winky just saw a colored fish, and he wanted to be one, too, and so he could swim underwater. Don't you recall?
Here it is. Then Pinky Winky tried waving his tail back and forth like the little gold-colored fish was doing. But, alas, his tail was so short it wouldn't wave.
Oh, of course not. Rabbit ain't got no tail hardly.
No, quiet. Don't make so much noise, Cedric. This made Pinky Winky so mad he jumped right into the pool and cried, "I will swim underwater without a tail." Well, but poor Pinky Winky could not swim underwater. Half drowned, he climbed out on the bank, coughing and choking.
I'll bet Snorter could have did it. Pigs can swim underwater.
Don't talk so loud, Cedric.
Small.
Now, Pinky Winky was more determined than ever that he was going to be a little gold-colored fish and swim underwater.
Never do her.
So Pinky Winky turned away from the pool and shouted to Mr. Owl, who was quietly perched on a nearby limb, "Ha, ha, Mr. Owl. All you can do is sit on a limb and blink your eyes, but I'm going to be a gold-colored fish and swim underwater."
He wants to swim underwater, don't he?
Yeah. Mr. Owl just blinked twice and said, "Hoo, you can't do it. You can't do it. Hoo." "Yes, I can. I'll find a way," shouted Pinky Winky in an angry voice, and off he ran.
Read that part about the owl again, Mr. Abner, that hoo business.
Not so loud, Cedric. We got to hurry. Now, it so happened that Mr. Freddy Fox overheard Pinky Winky make his boast about becoming a fish, and this was very bad because Mr. Freddy liked to eat little white rabbits.
Well, bet old Pinky Winky'd like to swim underwater, wouldn't he? Boy.
Don't talk so much, Cedric. So Mr. Freddy Fox, who was a very crafty fox, quickly thought up a plan to capture the little rabbit. He turned and ran straight to his friend Bushytail, the sign painter.
Who?
Bushytail, that's another fox, I reckon.
Oh, funny
He's
name.
a sign painter. And he said to him, "Bushytail, I want you to paint me a sign that says, Mr. Freddy Fox, Swimming Instructor. Special free lessons in underwater swimming."
Well, that's just what old Pinky wants to do, is learn to swim.
Well, of course, that's the idea. Freddy Fox is just doing that so he can catch Pinky Winky.
Oh, is Freddy going to eat up old Pinky?
I don't know yet. We got to read the rest of the story, Cedric.
You hope he don't eat him. I like Pinky Winky. Wish Snorty'd come along and help him.
Well, keep quiet now before Lum hears it.
Order.
So Mr. Freddy Fox took his sign and put it up in a near a pretty little stream. Then he hid in the bushes and waited for Pinky Winky to come along.
Uh-oh.
And sure enough, pretty soon Pinky Winky came slowly up to the stream, still wondering how he could become a little gold-colored fish.
You know why he wants to be a fish? So he can swim underwater.
I know that, Cedric. Hush up now. Pinky Winky cried for joy when he spied the sign which the crafty fox had put up. "Now my wish will be granted," the rabbit said gleefully. Then he called out in a loud voice, "Oh, Mr. Freddy Fox, where are you, Mr. Fox? I wish to take swimming lessons.
No, don't do that, Pinky. He'll eat you up. He's just a saying that.
So then Mr. Freddy Fox laughed to himself. Ha, 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 ha. And then he gave a great spring and leaped out of the bush straight at little Pinky.
Get away, Pinky. Get away from
Wait a minute, let me read this. And leaped out of the bush at little Pinky, and there was little Pinky.
What did I tell you about reading them stories?
Don't
try to deny it. I could hear every word you're reading clean out there in the feed room. Give me that book.
Well, now, wait a minute now, Lum. We're just about through here. Freddy Fox is just about to jump
I said, give me that book. Here.
Dad, blame it.
Now, go on, straighten out the rest of them.
Well, won't you even let us see how it comes out?
No, sir. I'm taking this book with me so you can get some work done. Swan to goodness. 2 grown men sitting here entertaining themselves reading children's bedtime stories. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves, both of you.
Well, I think they're interesting.
If you're going to read, you ought to read something that'll help you instead of wasting your time on something like this. Now, you can get interested in them children's stories. There's more than I can see. Now, go on, get your work did.
Dad, blame that Lum. If he hadn't taken that book with him, Cedric, we could have read it in a whisper and found out how it come out.
Yes, Mom. Poor little Pinky Winky. Had to leave him and that old fox jumping right on him.
Yeah, Dad, blame it. I wished I was there to help the little feller.
Oh, he'll get out of it some way or other.
Why, how could he, Cedric? A little rabbit like him can't whip a great big fox.
Maybe old Snorter will come along and help him.
Snorter?
Yes, Mom. I bet that's what happened. Snorter saved him. He licked the fox and saved little Pinky Winky.
Why, he couldn't have did that, Cedric. Snorter weren't even in this story.
Well, maybe he stopped by there on his way home, though.
Stop by where?
You was reading there where Snorter limped home a sadder but wiser piggy. He might have stopped by that swimming hole on his way home.
Oh, no, that was the end of that other story, Cedric. Snorter couldn't have helped him. No, I'm just afraid the fox got Pinky.
I still believe Snorter saved him.
No, he never. The fox ate him up just short of the world.
No, he never. Snorter saved him.
Why, he never done no such a thing, Cedric. Pinky
Granny,
Winky's a goner.
You're both wrong.
Huh?
When Freddy Fox jumped at Pinky Winky, he hit his head on the sign and fell in the creek and drowned it.
He did? Well, good for him.
And Pinky Winky went hippity-hop. Here.
Huh?
Put this book in the shelf and keep it there. Very odd is you and Cedric, 2 grown men wasting your time reading children's bedtime stories. Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog his Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, things are progressing nicely with Lum and Abner's public library. More books are being donated by the townsfolk, and customers are beginning to drop into the library to make use of the new reading room. As we look in on the little community today, Grandpappy Spears is seated at the library table in the Jot 'em Down store, busily engaged in reading an old almanac, while Abner is just answering the phone. Listen.
Jot 'em Down store. Abner Peabody doing the talking. Mom? Oh, yes, Miss Barton. What can we do for you today? Oh, I'm sorry. Lorna Doone is out. Yes, Mom, but now we can give you Elsie Dinsmore Makes the Grade or Gilbert the Boy Trapper. I know you'd enjoy either one of them books. Mom? Oh, I see. Well, now we got Love Twixt Golden Strands and Penthouse Romance. All right. Anything else? Uh-huh. All right. All right. Yes, Mom, we got 'em. All right.
Hey, this is an interesting item, Abner.
What was that?
Oh, excuse me, I never noticed you talking on the phone.
Yeah, Grandpap hollered something at me. I couldn't hear you. Yeah, well, now, let me see if I got this straight. You want Penthouse Romance, coal oil, cornmeal, and $1 worth of sugar. All right, Miss Barton, we'll send it over this afternoon. All right, goodbye. Mom. Oh, goodbye.
Now, I'll be dogged. I will be dogged.
What's the matter, Grandpap?
Bristol, Tennessee, 1,680 feet above sea level.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Bristol, Tennessee, according to the almanac.
Do you know somebody there, Grandpap?
Huh?
Do you know somebody in Bristol?
Bristol?
Yeah, Bristol.
Just a minute, I'll look it up. Here we are, 1,680 feet.
You already read that.
Oh, yeah.
Now, here, I got to put up this order for Miss Barton.
Bozeman, Montana, 4,755 feet.
Uh-huh.
Bristol, Tennessee, 1,680 feet.
Grandpap, if you're going to sit there and read, don't keep reading the same things out loud all the time. Uh-oh, wait a minute, here comes Lum.
Huh?
Lum coming up out there.
Oh.
Doggies, look at the books he's carrying. Must have got them for the library.
In 1936, 1,784 votes was cast for Landon in Ramsey, North Dakota.
Yeah, morning, Lum. You want me to give you a hand there with them books?
Yeah, grab them bottom ones there, Abner. They're slipping.
Yeah, they look like you're about to lose them. Let me get them. Here, I got them now.
Get kind of heavy after toting them all the way from old man Dalton's place.
Yeah.
Morning, Grandpap.
1930 census give Red Lodge, Montana, 3,026 population.
Huh?
Don't pay no attention to him, Lum.
Well, what in the world's he doing? Red Lodge, what does that mean?
Oh, he's got himself interested in that World Almanac book we got there in the library. He's been reading it all morning.
Oh, well, come on, help me stack these books up now.
Yeah, sure.
Granny, if we keep getting in these new ones every day, we're going to have a bigger library than that in there at the county seat.
Yeah, where are we going to put all the books, Lum? We already got the shelves full. Fact is, most of the groceries are sitting over on the dry goods side.
Yeah, don't look right, but we can't help that. Can't stand in the way of progress.
Can't, huh?
I may be on the verge of becoming the leading librarian of the United States. I don't know. Me and Mr. Carnegie's.
Well, good for you. What'll that make me
And
now?
I do know.
What is it, Grandpap?
Guess who was on the Democratic National Committee from Iowa in 1935? Hubert Utterback of Des Moines.
Hubert Utterback?
Yep, according to the almanac.
Do you know him, Grandpap?
No, I don't know him. What does he look like?
I don't know. Never even heard of him before.
Oh, you must have had somebody else in mind.
Yeah, must have. Come on, Abner.
Yeah.
Sort these books.
Yeah, I'll help you here. Let me
Put that big one over there and stack the other ones over here.
Yeah. Doggies, looky here. Applied Anatomy.
Anatomy?
Huh? Yeah, that sounds like an interesting book.
Here's another almanac. Don't let Grandpap get a hold of it. We never will get shut of it.
Don't give it here. I'll hide it right now.
Granny, this sounds good. The Secrets of a Famous Chief.
Famous chief? Hi, Doggies, I'll read that myself. There ain't no one thing I enjoy more than a good Indian story.
Oh, well, this ain't an Indian story.
Huh?
It's a different kind of a chief. This is a feller wears one of them big white hats and cooks stuff. CHEF chief. Or chef, whatever they call it.
Oh, one of them cooking fellers. Well, maybe you ought to read that, Lum. You do your own cooking over at the place.
No, I ain't got time to read no pish-posh like... Or wait a minute. Plum Eddard's famous chef. That don't sound bad, does it?
Huh?
Granny, if I could wear one of them big white hats and have a crowd of people standing around watching me cook up different stuff.
Cook up different stuff?
Yeah, I've saw 'em in winders there in Little Rock and Fort Smith. Fellers standing in the window cooking pancakes and crowds standing around there with their nose pressed up against the window glass, watching 'em, admiring 'em, complimenting 'em, and always envied them fellers.
Yeah, but you don't know how to cook nothing but bacon and eggs, Lum. That's the only thing you ever fix yourself over at home.
Well, that's 'cause I like 'em, and they're handy to fix.
Yeah, but what I mean is there ain't gonna be no big crowd of people standing around watching you fry bacon and eggs.
I mean, after I study this book.
Oh.
See, all I got to do is read it right out of the book here. It says, Secrets of a Famous Chef. Granny, I'll cook up stuff folks in this town never heard of before in their lives.
Yeah, that's the trouble. Who's gonna eat it?
Granny, I'll eat it myself. And then when I get famous, I'll write me a book like this fella here done.
You will, huh?
Well, them things sells for $2 a copy. Marked right on the cover there.
For the land's sake.
What, he sell just one of them a day to make a good living.
Yeah. If you can get anybody to buy 'em.
And I do know black on orange in California.
What's that, Grandpap?
California, black on orange. Colorado, white on blue. Connecticut, gold on blue.
What in the world are you talking about?
Why, them's the colors they used for the automobile license plates in 1936. Florida was white on red.
Well, what of it?
Well, that's what it says here, according to the almanac.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Granny's, they got some good sounding things to eat in here. Listen to this. Ham a la Antone. That's the name of the fella who wrote this book.
Doggy, Funny name for a cook, ain't it? Ham a la Anton.
Well, his name's Anton. This is the way he fixes hams. That's what that means.
Oh, I see.
Take choice cured ham, cover with thick layer of brown sugar, and sliced pineapple. Insert whole cloves 1 inch apart over the entire surface.
Well,
Bake slowly in oven. Allow 20 minutes to the pound for baking. Serve with hot burgundy and raisin sauce. And it tells down here how to make the sauce.
I never heard of cooking a ham that way.
That's what I say. I'll learn how to cook stuff these women in this town never heard of.
Well, if you have to allow 20 minutes to the pound for baking it, why, a fella like Mose Moots would be cooking on that ham for a week as big as he is.
You fellas know how cold it was in New York City in 1936?
No.
14 below zero was the coldest it got there that year.
14 below, huh?
According to the almanac. Milwaukee was 25 below, and Kansas City, Missouri was 22 below.
Well, what difference does it make, Grandpap?
Well, it's a good idea for a feller to know them things. Somebody might ask me someday, and I'll have it. Let me look that up again so I recollect them.
Swan too good.
Here's something that sounds good. Baked Alaska.
Baked Alaska?
Yeah, ice cream and cake put in the oven and baked.
You mean they bake ice cream?
That's what it says.
For the land?
Here's an interesting item. Do you know where the center of the state of Alabama is, you fellers?
Alabama?
Yeah, you'll never guess it, Abner. At least I never would, I don't believe. It's in Chilton. 12 miles southwest of Clinton.
It is, huh?
According to the almanac.
Well.
Get the phone there, Abner. I'm reading how to make creepy Susiettes here.
Oh, yeah. Got an order we got to take over to Miss Barton, too, quick as we get time to put it up. Hello, jot 'em down store. Abner Peabody doing the talking. Oh, how you, Mamie? We're plumb out, Mamie. The bread truck never come today. Yeah, you can't put no dependence in him at all anymore, it looks like. Was there anything else? Well, I'm sorry, Mamie. Well, goodbye.
What was Mamie wanting?
A loaf of bread, but we're out. The bread truck ain't been here for 2 days.
Yeah, I know. Grannies, we ought to have a bakery here in Pine Ridge so that we wouldn't have to depend on that feller coming all the way out here from the county seat whenever the notion strikes. Wait a minute. What did I say there?
Why, I don't know. Something about us needing a bakery here in Pine Ridge, I believe it was.
Yeah, now, Grannies, I give myself a idea when I said it.
Huh?
Right here in this store, too. Pine Ridge Bakery. L. Leonard's chap. I knowed this book was a gold mine the minute I laid eyes on it.
Well?
Here's something I found you fellers never knowed.
What's that, Grandpap?
On Tuesday, December the 1st, 1936, in Atlanta, Georgia...
Yeah, what happened?
The sun rose at 6:44 a.m. and set at 4:54 p.m.
It did?
Yes, sir. According to the almanac here.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog as Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, big things are happening in the Jot 'em Down store again. The old fellow's new public library was just beginning to run along smoothly when Lum ran across a cookbook by a famous chef, and immediately he decided to put in a bakery. So, in addition to the Pine Ridge Library, plans are now underway for the new Pine Ridge Bakery. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jot 'em Down store. Grandpappy Spears is in his usual place at the library table with the almanac in his hands. Lum has just entered. Listen.
Well, morning, Lum.
Yeah, morning, Abner.
What you carrying that yardstick for? You gonna measure something?
Yeah, I'm going to measure. Oh, hello, Grandpap. I didn't see you sitting over there. Grandpap, I say hello.
Ain't no use to try to talk to him, Lum.
Huh?
Why, again, he gets his nose stuck in that World Almanac over there. He can't hear nothing.
Is he still reading that thing?
Oh, my, yes. Got down here at 6 o'clock this morning just so he could get an early start on it.
For goodness sake.
You know what he done? Called up Aunt Charity a while ago just to tell her that the United States had 781 bicycle shops in 1935.
For goodness sakes, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sure Aunt Charity was glad to find that out.
What did you say you was measuring?
Oh, the cook stove I got over at my place. Cedric's bringing it over here to the store this morning.
To the store?
Yeah, he borrowed the Macmillan boy's truck. Ought to be here any minute.
Well, what's he bringing your cook stove down here at the store for?
Why, for the bakery, of course.
Oh.
If we're going to start baking bread and cakes and stuff, we got to have a place to bake it, don't we?
Yeah. Well, I don't know where you're going to put it, Lum. Store's so full of books and groceries.
Hey, Abner.
What is it, Grandpap?
Do you know a feller by the name of G.N. Collins?
Collins? No, there's a feller named Calkins over at Cherry Hill, I believe.
No, this is Collins.
No, I don't know him. What about him?
He was president of the Technical Association of the Pulp and Paper Industry in 1936.
He was, huh?
Yes, sir. According to the almanac.
Well, I'll try and recollect that, Grandpap.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me.
Now, Granny's, Abner, I believe that stove will fit right in here.
Huh?
Right next to the front door. Let me measure it again to make sure.
Well, now, wait a minute, Lum. We don't want no cook stove sitting right there in the front door. Everybody will see it the first thing they come in the store.
Well, that's the whole idea. I want them to see it first thing. Then they'll all gather around and watch me do the cooking. Pass compliments on how good I do it and admire me and all that. That's the way all the big chefs in Fort Smith and Little Rock does it. Stands right where everybody can watch them.
Yeah, well...
I saw them standing in the windows, flipping them pancakes up in the air and all that stuff. Folks standing there with their nose pressed against the window, watching them.
Uh-huh. I reckon you know what you're doing, but seems to me that's going to look awful silly having a cook stove right here.
Wait a minute, Abner. There comes the truck.
Huh?
There's Cedric bringing the stove. Now we can try it here, and I'll show you how good it's going to look. Grannies, I wish Cedric wouldn't back that truck so dead blame fast. Seems like he's going to back right into the store. Look out.
No, wait a minute. Don't worry. Cedric can handle it. See there? Stopped it just in time. Wait a minute, Lum. Where's the stove?
Huh?
That truck's empty. Reckon it fell off on the way over here?
Grannies, it couldn't have did that. Big, heavy stove like that.
Yeah, come on in, Cedric. Where's the stove?
Mom?
I said, what did you do with the stove?
Stove? Why, I got it right out there in the... wait a minute. Doggone it, I knowed I forgot something. Doggone it anyway.
For goodness sake, Cedric, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard of. Now, you drive right back over to my place and get that stove.
Yes, Mom.
And hurry up. We want to get this bakery started quick as we can.
Yes, Mom, I'll get it right away.
Well, hurry, Cedric.
Granny, borrow a truck and drive over here without the stove. Sometimes I don't know what to think about that boy.
Well, Cedric don't mean no harm, Lum. He just sort of forgetful at times.
Sassafras, sassafras.
Now what's the matter, Grandpa?
Don't believe it. Don't believe a word of it.
Don't believe what?
Why, it says here the fastest the wind blowed in Fort Smith, Arkansas in 1936 was 57 miles an hour.
Well,
While in Louisville, Kentucky, the wind blowed 84 miles an hour. I don't that blame well. We got a faster wind in Arkansas than they got over in Kentucky.
well, what difference does it make?
Well, none, but I just... Oh, wait a minute. I was reading the wrong one.
Huh?
Louisville, Kentucky is 54 miles an hour. You see, that's 3 miles slower than ours. Well, that's a lot better. You hear that, Abner?
Yeah, good for Arkansas. You sure that's right?
Yes, sir. According to the almanac.
Lum, did you hear that? The wind in Arkansas...
I hear it. It's prittle-prattle.
Oh,
Come here and help me move these brooms somewhere else.
the brooms.
Yeah, I got to have plenty of room to work behind the stove when I start being the chef of the bakery.
Oh.
Goodness, I wish that grandpap would go home. Getting to where he's getting on my nerves.
Well, I asked him to leave yesterday when I got ready to close up, but he just sat there. Said according to the sign, this was a free public library, and he had a right to be here.
That's right, ain't it? I never thought about that.
I don't reckon I ever would have got him out of here if he hadn't saw Mose Moots and run out of the store to tell Mose how many pickles was shipped to Alaska in 1928.
For goodness sake. Well, don't he ever go home for his meals?
Well, he ain't had a meal since he discovered that almanac over there, as far as I know. Aunt Charity keeps calling up, but he won't budge.
He's going to starve himself to death or something. We're liable to have a sick man on our hands if we ain't careful.
Well, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I reckon that's his problem.
Yeah.
Here, grab these brooms and get them out of the way.
Yeah.
Better move them buckets there, too. I'll need a lot of room.
Well, I don't know where we're going to move them to, Lum.
Well, move them, Summers. The bakery comes first. Let's see, I'll be standing right about here, flipping the pancakes up in the air, and the people can come in the door there and sort of circle around the stove.
Yeah.
Watch me. Granny, this is going to work all right, Abner.
Tis, huh?
Oh, yeah. Lum Eddard's famous chef and president of the Pine Ridge Bakery. Or to get a sign printed with that on it, you know it?
Yeah, well, what am I going to be in the bakery, Lum?
Oh, I don't know. I hadn't thought. Of course, you got to run the library and the store. Don't forget that.
Well, I'd love to be something in the bakery, too.
Well, I don't know. Might make you assistant chef.
Assistant, huh?
Yeah, let you cut the holes out of the inside of the donuts.
Good for me.
Of course, that's after you get some experience. Can't take no chances on having a green man in the bakery.
Green man? I ain't green. I got gray hair and blue eyes.
I mean the color green. I mean you don't know how to do none of that cooking and baking and stuff because you ain't never worked in a bakery before.
Well, you ain't neither.
Well, I know, but with me it's different. I can learn all I need to out of that cooking book we got.
You can, huh?
Secrets of a Famous Chef.
Yeah.
I'm already halfway through the book.
Well.
That feller Antoine's got some awful interesting stuff to cook up there.
He has, huh?
Yeah, just looking at it last night. Wish Cedric could hurry up and get here at that stove. I'd like to try out them creepy Susiettes I was reading about last night.
Creepy Susiettes? What in the world is them?
Well, I don't know. I never have saw them, but I was reading about them. Near as I can figure out, they're sort of little pancakes.
Pancakes? Well, Elizabeth makes them all the time, Lum. That ain't nothing new.
Yeah, but these, they pour coal oil or something on them and set them on fire.
Set them on fire?
Yeah.
With a match?
I reckon so. How else would they light them?
Well, I don't know. That seems awful silly to me. Go to all the trouble of making pancakes and then burn them up. I know Elizabeth burns stuff sometimes, but it's a mistake. She don't do it on
you
purpose.
fellas mind if I use your telephone?
Why, no. Go right ahead, Grandpap.
Yeah, much obliged. Let's see here. What's Doc Miller's ring?
Huh?
Oh, I know now.
Doc Miller? Oh, well, here. You better sit down, Grandpap. We'll get him for you.
No, I can do it all right. I'll ring him.
Well, you sure you're all right, Grandpap?
Well, of course I'm all right. Fellas act like I never talked on a telephone before. Granny's, I was feared this was going to happen, Ervin. More than likely starved himself to death.
Yeah, we better watch him so he don't faint there long.
Hello, is Doc Miller there?
Poor old feller.
Oh, hello, Doc.
Sitting there sick.
Get away, Abner. This is Milford Spears.
Just gonna hold you in case you faint.
Grandpappy Spears. Uh-huh. No, feeling fine, Doc. Say, listen, did you know that the Beaver Bridge over the Ohio River in Pennsylvania has got a span of 769 foot? Yes, sir, according to the almanac. Oh, I don't know. I just thought you'd like to know, Doc. Oh, no trouble at all. Yeah, glad to do it. All right, Doc. Goodbye.
Doggy's Grandpap, did you call up Doc just to tell him that?
Oh, Dad, blame it. I meant to tell him about the Red Rock Bridge, too. It's got a span of 660 foot.
Well, I don't think Doc Miller cares nothing about them bridges. Uh-oh. Look there, Lum.
Huh?
Look, Cedric carrying that stove in here all by himself. Doggies, he's strong, you know what?
Goodness sake. Well, come on, let's give him a hand.
Yeah, we better help him there.
Jeez, I never heard the truck drive up. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute, Cedric. We'll help you through the door there with
Yeah.
it. Here, grab a hold, Lum. I got it. Come on.
Set her down easy.
Yeah, set her easy now. That's the time. That's it.
Oh, boy, that thing's heavy.
Why, sure.
Pretty near dropped it there 2 or 3 times on the way over here.
Well, for goodness sake, Cedric, I never told you to carry it over here. Why didn't you haul it over here in the truck?
Mom?
The truck. Why didn't you haul it in it?
Oh, the truck. Well, doggone it. I knowed I forgot something. Well, I'll be doggone.
Miss Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum and Abner are now busy shoving things around in their Jot 'em Down store and public library to make room for their newest business venture, the Pine Ridge Bakery. When we last visited our old friends, Cedric had brought Lum's old cook stove over to the store, and now, as we look in on the little community, we find the old fellows trying to put up the stovepipe. Lum is directing the work, while Abner is up on a stepladder, and Grandpappy, of course, is in the library, still reading the almanac. Listen.
Whereabouts now, Lum? Right about here?
Wait a minute. A little over to the left there, Abner.
Over to the left, huh?
Yeah, that's it. That's right square over the stove. Put it right in there.
All right, here goes. Seems a shame, though, to saw a hole right through the ceiling.
Well, we got to put that stovepipe someplace. Can't have the smoke just floating around in the store, can we?
No, of course not.
And it'd be even worse in the library. Folks come in to read and get smoke in their eyes, liable to lawsuit us.
You better get the phone, Lum. That's our ring, I believe.
All right, but don't wiggle around too much up there. This ladder ain't too steady.
I'm all right.
Hello, Jot 'em Down store, public library, and Pine Ridge Bakery speaking. Lum Eddard speaking. Mom? Oh, yes, Miss Bates. Uh-huh. All right, gallon of coal oil. I think we got clothespins. How many did you want? 2 dozen. What else now? 24 or 48-pound sacks. All right, anything else? How about some bread? No, you can get it right here every day now. We're putting in a bakery. Yes, Mom, we ought to get out our first batch of bread today.
Hey, Lum, how's this now? Oh, excuse me, I thought you was down there.
What's that, Miss Bates? Oh, well, now, there ain't no sense you going to all that bother when you can get all the loaves you want right here. Why, sure. Just throw that dough away and try our bread. Yes, Mom. Oh, yeah, today. All right, Miss Bates. We'll send it over. Thank you, Mom. Goodbye.
How's this look now, Lum?
Huh? Oh, yeah, that's fine. Did you hear that, Abner? We got an order for a loaf of bread already. Miss Bates.
Well, good for us. Hand up the stovepipe now. Let's see if it fits here.
Yeah. All right, I'll get it. Grannies, I know we're going to make a big success out of this bakery, Abner. I believe it's the best idea I've ever had.
Well.
And I've had some awful good ones, too. You got hold of the pipe?
Yeah, I got it. Let's see now. Let me get it up here.
What's the matter?
Dad, blame it. The stovepipe's too big, Lum. Look here, it won't go through here. Now what are we going to do?
Well, that's simple enough. Just got to have a bigger hole in the ceiling, that's all.
Oh, yeah, do that.
Well, what do you know? Hey, Abner.
Don't bother us now, Grandpap. Can't you see we're busy?
Yeah, guess who won the 1936 North American Bobsled Racing Championship?
I don't know. You got a good grip on this stovepipe, Lum?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, here we go.
It was A. Wells, K. Gelbach, M. Lauck, and J. Otis. 4-man team.
Uh-huh. Now, hand me up the saw again, Lum.
Huh?
The saw there.
Oh, here you are.
Here.
They won the bobsled race in 1936, according to the almanac.
That's fine.
Huh? Abner just said that's fine, Grandpap. He's glad to hear about them fellers that win. Fellers that win? Oh, just a minute. Yeah, here they are. A. Wells, K. Gelbach, M. Lauck, and J. Otis. That's the 4-man team. I see. That's interesting. Now, don't bother us anymore. M. Monahan Jr. and W. Morrison was on the 2-man team. They was, huh? Yes, sir. According to the almanac. Now, the 4-man team was made up of A. Wells, K. Gelbach, M. Lauck, and J. Otis. Took first place in the bobsled race in 1936, February 22nd and 23rd.
Hey, Lum, that's our ring again, I believe.
Yeah, I'll get it. As soon as I find out who won the bobsled race in 1936. I can tell you that, Lum. It was A. Wells, K. Gelbach.
Hey, Grandpap, you've told us that 1,000 or 100 times.
Yeah. Hello, Jot 'em Down store, library and bakery. Lum Eddard's head chef talking. Also head librarian. Oh, hello, Miss Seastrums. What can we do for you? Mom? Yeah, I said bakery. Why, sure. Putting one right here in the store. Today? Why, sure we can. How many loaves was you wanting? Why, sure we can handle that many. Anything else? All right. Well, yes, and we got some fresh sorghums. They're nice. Gallon bucket, all right. Some old man Tolliver made. Awful good. You just want one bucket, though, huh? All right. Yes, ma'am, we get it over this afternoon.
Wait a minute.
All right. Goodbye, Miss Seastrong. Granny's Abner, did you hear that? Another order for bread.
Yeah, I hear. How many loaves?
Why, it's Miss Seastrong. She wants 4 loaves, and Miss Bates wants 1. That's 5 altogether. Granny, we better hurry up and get started baking.
Yeah, well, I'm done with this sewing up here now. Yes, sir, I believe this hole here ought to be big enough for that stovepipe. Now, hand her up and we'll try it again, Long.
Yeah, all right. Coming right up.
All right, little higher.
Granny, I can't hardly wait to get... Wait a minute. You crazy idiot. What did you do up there?
Huh?
You got 2 holes sawed in the ceiling.
Why, sure. The first one was too little, and you said to make a bigger one.
For goodness sakes.
Well, ain't that what you told me to do?
Of course I did, but I didn't mean for you to make a new hole. I just mean to make the other one bigger.
Well, doggy, that's right, ain't it? I could have did that. I never thought of that.
One, two, goodness, Abner. I don't know what that head's doing on your shoulders. You never use it. I don't know how I put up with you all these years.
Well, Lum,
Never mind. It's done did now.
Well, do you want me to go up on the roof and patch up that other hole?
No, don't bother. No telling what you'll do up there.
Huh?
I'll tend to it later myself. Let's just get this stovepipe hooked up so that we can start the bakery. Got a big order to get out here today, 5 loaves, and ain't even got the stovepipe up yet.
Well, come on, hand the stovepipe up here, then. Doggy, I thought I was doing the right thing.
Hey, you fellas got a pencil on, boy? Gotta have one quick.
Pencil? What's the trouble, Grandpap?
Just a minute, Grandpap, till I put down this stovepipe. Yeah, hurry up, Lum. Here you are. Here's a pencil. Catch it.
What do you need a pencil for, Grandpap?
I want to write this down before I forget it.
Right, what?
In January 1937, Keokuk, Iowa had a +1 variation in its magnetic declination.
Magnetic declination?
Yes, sir. According to the almanac.
Well, what in the world is a magnetic declination?
I don't know, Abner. Ain't got the slightest idea, but it must be something important. That's in the book here.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to write it down so I could look it up in the almanac sometime.
The almanac? Well, that's what you're reading there now.
Huh? Well, I'll be dogged. That's right, ain't it? Yeah, here, Lum, here's your pencil back. I guess I won't write it down after all. For goodness sakes. Really got too much prittle-prattle going on around this store. Come on, Abner, get to work there.
Well, don't holler at me. I ain't holding things up. It's Grandpa.
Well, I don't care who it was. Get to work. We got 5 loaves of bread to bake yet today.
Well, hand the stovepipe up here.
Well, grab hold of it
I
then.
got a little hard. Now I got her.
All right, try it in that new place you saw.
Yeah, that's where I'm putting it.
Granny, that looks awful, all them holes in the ceiling that way.
All right, Doggy, looky here, Lum. It fits. Look there. It's just right.
Yeah, but look down here.
Huh?
The stovepipe's too far over. Don't hook onto the stove where it ought to. Granny's ought to got up there and done the thing myself.
Well, I can saw another place right here.
No, you don't now. You did enough sewing already. Too much, facts is. We never will get our bacon did at the rate we're going.
Well, now, Lum, I'll be
Never mind, Abner. Give me a chance to study this thing out.
Well, how about just moving the stove over?
Can't do it. It's right up against the wall now.
Oh.
Besides, it's right where I want it.
Well, the only thing to do then is make a new hole or move the store.
Abner, put that saw down.
No, sir, I'm going to do it now, Lum. You got your heart set on starting a bakery today. All right, doggies, we're going to do it. Here, grab the stovepipe.
Abner, listen to me.
Well, now, Lum, if you want to get this bakery
Just
started...
forget it. Drop it.
Well, all right.
Well, you crazy idiot. What'd you do that for?
You said drop it.
Well, I didn't mean drop the stovepipe. Granny, look at it now. It's all bent. Ruined.
That's our ring, I believe, Lum.
Granny, no matter what I start to do, you manage to ruin it some way or other.
The telephone, Lum.
I'll get it. What do I go through around here? Hello, jot 'em down. Oh, yes, Miss Bates. Mom? Well, no, the bread ain't exactly ready yet. By the way, Miss Bates, have you still got that dough I told you to throw away a while ago? Well, I hate to ask you this, but would you mind baking up 5 loaves of bread and send them over to our bakery? Yes, Mom. And then we'll send your 1 loaf back over there.